the question. But so Donald Trump just put an halt to the payment of HIV drugs, of which every country now we have to cater for the drugs for their HIV patients. So, what do you see concerning that? Do you think it's a good move or there is fault in his action?
Why should I fault someone who is giving me funds for free and wake up one morning and say I'm not giving you money for free again? Yes, Nigerians or Nigeria may feel why, but we don't need to ask too much questions. When Trump emerged for the seventh president of the United States, he said something. He said, I watched his speech when he said the US is pulling out of WHO, the World Health Organization, which simply means that the US, they are trying to do all possible best to ensure that their health sector, is good enough, independent enough to serve the resident, the citizen of the country. So he has also said that there is no room for unnecessary spending, which is why he had to, project external revenue reform. So who are those that would suffer the external revenue reform? Are those are the immigrants that are coming to the countries that are patronizing the US. And look at what is happening between US and Colombia. When you told the Colombians that what, if you are not going to accept we would increase from 25 to 50%. I'm not surprised because he has shown that economically that is the strength of the United States, and they want to maximize it. So, if US is not giving us free funds for HIV, there are other countries that can do it. We have the China. China have been supportive in terms of infrastructural development, and they are not tired. We have UK. We have Canada. We have a lot of countries that can, that will stretch forth hand of assistance to African countries, not only Nigerians. So, if he says is not going to help Nigerians in terms of funds for HIV. I don't think anybody should hold him responsible. It's not as if we've gone there to beg, even though sometimes in the international realm, our leaders try to solicit for assistance, for help, for development aids, but it's not a do or die thing. And I think this is also an opportunity for us as a Nigerian to start looking inward. You know, um, about last year, I was in one of the NAFDAC events, and when they said they want to start, producing the whole malaria drug vaccine and every other thing here in Nigeria, to ensure that manufacturing in Nigeria in terms of health, increases. So if US is trying to say, oh, you know what, we're not giving you any funds, I think it's also an opportunity for us to start thinking outside the box on how to manage ourselves elsewise.
So, as a Nigerian, or if you are in position to tackle this particular case as a Nigerian, what will you be putting in place right now?
The question is, I think before now, not only US has been doing a lot in terms of campaign against HIV. We have a lot of international non-governmental organizations, that have shouldered this responsibility, and they are still on it. So I think what we need to do is we need to look inward and assess our resources, and it's, which is what we are still going back to, reforming the health sector. Look at what the Minister of Health has just done in terms of the health fellowship that was just launched. I think that's commendable. It's one of the reforms we want to see in the health sector. So now it's just for us to look inward, look at how we can um, 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 work with what we do in terms of health facility, in terms of health programs, increase more awareness, talk about HIV. If you have less um, statistic of HIV, I don't think we should rely on international countries or international bodies for funds. So all we just need to do is to harness our resources and maximize the resources available. That's just it.
But you will agree with me that for the time being, there will still be a little confusion or disaster among the HIV patients we have before the country could reform themselves, settle to start bringing in drugs for them. I believe most patients, HIV patients, do not have the capital in that fund in purchasing the drugs, because I think they do get that for free in all
See,
medical centers.
health is not free. Let's not fool around. When we talk about health treatment, it's not free anywhere in the world. So I don't see reasons why Nigerians should look forward to people paying their bills when they are not feeling fine. Which is why in most cases we try to say that preventive measures are cheaper than cure, because when you increase awareness, disseminate information about a particular issue, and it goes viral. For example, if you start dishing out the statistic of the prevalence rate of HIV, and people start seeing the causes of HIV, people start seeing how harmful and how deadly HIV is, and anywhere we go, we keep seeing these things. Definitely, they have to resist from it. So, just like I've said, the US was helping us, and they said they are not helping us. Does not mean all help will come from them. There are other countries that are stretching hands of assistance to other African countries. So I don't think it's new or it's something we should worry about. All we just need to do is to look inward and manage the resources we have available. That's just it.
All right, thank you very much.
No, okay.